Hello and welcome. We are back here from Ignite, not really from the Ignite venue. It's our apartment where we spend the week here in Chicago. And Ollie and Ugur is with me, but also Adrian. Adrian, you have some announcements or having watched sessions around Copilot. What's up there?
Yeah, right. Beside all the fresh new features for Copilot, there are also interesting new options to control more granularly where Copilot has access. For example, which documents can be processed by Copilot, and this is solved by a new DLP policy. And I found this really interesting because this is kind of a missing piece in the past when it comes to control more granularly where Copilot has access. And in the moment. There is only the option to apply this DLP policy to documents like Office documents or PDFs, but there's more to come, and hopefully that will close the gap, for example, when it comes to email processing.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. And so I guess the data security governance stuff across the whole ecosystem has been also a topic alongside of Copilot AI and all this stuff. So I had attended to a session about Purview integration, for example, in Defender XDR. And that was really interesting to see because now we have the full visibility in the SOC about the signals and what's going on with signals in Purview. Was there any other data security, governance, compliance topics in your topics that you are interested in?
Yeah, of course. Also, the XDR integration, for example, for insider risk management.
Oh, nice.
That was a gap in the past, and now I think it was announced as public preview for the beginning of 25. And on the other hand, there is a big push in SharePoint Advanced Management, the premium features in SharePoint that can be used to control oversharing and content sprawl in SharePoint or OneDrive. And of course, there are features that based on AI, but in the end, it should help to get more control and more insights in the data lifecycle in SharePoint. And again, back to Purview. There is a new portal for posture management. So this demo really looks interesting because it should help you to control the usage of AI apps. Yeah, I think that's the word. Also for third-party AI apps. So you can have a more holistic view on the usage of AI in your company.
And that is when it comes to third-party integration. I guess we have seen that in a couple of sessions and announcement that Microsoft is really interested to build an ecosystem around their product. We mentioned yesterday that there's a lot of new things around the private access and internet access products in Microsoft Entra. And for example, they announced also the integration of third-party products for DLP, for example, as well. And also having the opportunity for TLS interception to investigate or analyze encrypted traffic. And if I take a look, for example, they released the public preview for the macOS and iOS client for global secure access. We can see Microsoft is really not anymore it only works on Windows devices, or you have to use our product. So I can see that at the moment with global secure access that is really important. Is that something that you share with the device topics as well? Because there's more and more support in the macOS platform as well, and I think that is a future development for Intune as well, right?
Yeah. So they have also announced a lot of features or support for the Apple Intelligence features inside macOS and iOS. So what's really happens in the newer macOS versions, currently in beta, but when it's out there in the wild, the 15.2 version enables the ChatGPT integration into Siri and other Apple Intelligence features on that device. And what they really did is you can either enable or disable those integrations into third-party AI products. So this is also possible, as well as on the iOS front. Yeah.
And when I take a look back to the private internet access stuff, so for example, I really like to see more adoption of their own security features, because sometimes it feels a little bit crazy to see they have really cool stuff. For example, continuous access evaluation to revoke access instantly as soon there has been a change in the security posture, or there will be not, for example, a revoke the token event. And they announced now universal CAE support for internet access to block the access as soon such a critical event has been made. So really nice to see. They're small, looks like small details, but for us in the SOC, they are really game changer. And I would expect for you in, for example, the endpoint world, it's also important that we manage macOS on the same quality level like Windows devices, right? And it was not every time in the past that Microsoft has this view.
Yeah, no, what we see is they're pushing for more support, not only macOS but also the ARM64 devices with Copilot Plus PCs. The native integration to Intune is really pushed on other platforms as well. So there's a lot of things that they're doing right now.
Yeah. And Ollie, you are the long-time MVP and also Ignite attendee here on this couch. So when you take a look back in the development and what's coming next, what is your overall impression about the way how the Intune product has been, will be influenced?
So from my perspective, I think they are doing a lot of groundwork, actually. The whole Copilot story is kind of integrated in first step. We talked about yesterday, like the language translation to KQL, which is very, very nice as an user-friendly input system, actually. And also I've seen blog posts, which was not really demoed, but in blog posts they mentioned things like asking Copilot about where's policy, which is, for example, blocking USB. And that was always a challenge in the past. So figuring out which of my 100 policies is actually blocking the USB. If I'm able to ask that in a question very naturally, just give me all the policies which are blocking USB, that would be the next best fit, in my opinion. So these are small steps in the right direction, and I think for these steps they need to have a great data model underneath it. And that's what they are building right now. So they are building hardware inventory, device query, all these small little steps into this direction, giving in the end a complete picture. And that's for me a very good sign that the system management stuff, even if we hadn't too much sessions around it, are heading into the right direction. They are focusing on the Copilot and all the other stuff, yeah, very much at the moment, but system management is not forgotten, because it's basically the basis layer for everything. If we can't manage the devices, so we can't use all the on-top features or not, with it. So I think it is something really nice to see. They are moving into the right direction, and as you said, cross-platform support is everywhere. So every device, form factor, whatever, the Windows Link, a new special purpose-built device is integrated, Apple TV, then Vision Pro. So everything what we can basically manage comes into the ecosystem. And that's also great to see that we can really cover everything at the moment. So for me, a good sign in the right direction.
Yeah, and we can see that in so many other examples, that if Microsoft, for example, with the SSE stuff, likes to enter the market with a new product, they have really a strong focus and a lot of resources to take the challenge, similar to what I have seen with Microsoft Sentinel a couple of years. So there was some concerns from the communities. Microsoft really in a position to take the security market by having a brand new theme. But now we have with SSE and all the existing competitors that exist, we can see Microsoft is really closing that gaps that they have in the first previews. And there's a lot of innovation behind Copilot stuff. So if you have watched these sessions, it's not only about Copilot. Take a look into the details. Right. A lot of other things going on there. Anything to add, Ugur or Adrian, to Ignite and what you see in the future direction of your product, of your favorite product?
Yeah, in the end, I think it was a good experience to be on a bigger Microsoft conference, but as a SharePoint and Modern Collab guy, it would have been nice to see more about, as you said, the basis. So SharePoint is announced as a file backend for everything in M365, and for such an important backend, the presence of SharePoint was only in the second row, if you know what I mean. And it was okay. It was there. It was always there. But everything under the focus of AI and Copilot.
But I think we have seen this several times. There is always a trend of some things, or even when the cloud era started, they were only talking about cloud, and on-prem was kind of forgotten, and then it got a little bit traction again, and then it was like a good percentage of that and a good percentage of that. I think now it's also a kind of switching point. There is a lot of AI upcoming, so they need to talk about it, and over time it would get equalized, so we will see all the topics lighting up again. I hope so, and we've seen first impression that it getting started, that we will see our topics more and more again.
All right, with this closing words, this was our trip to Chicago. We hope you enjoyed some impression insights that we shared in this video series. Stay tuned. There will be something more always from Microsoft with new announcements, and see you next time. Cheers.
Bye.